Hi everyone, I am super excited to make this video because this is gonna be my first long video on my brand new YouTube channel. My brand new channel, ERTUCE Real Estate, is live now. Subscribe to my YouTube channel if you want to see very educational, interesting and fun real estate videos. As my old friends know, I have been creating content for over 4 years now. I started creating content when I was traveling all around the United States with my Camaro. It is such a journey since then. I traveled to 41 states so far and I shared all my memories with you on Instagram, TikTok, also on my Facebook page. If you don't follow me on those, go give me a follow so you can see my other shorts and daily videos and pictures that I share on those. And actually, sun is a little bothering me, so I'm gonna put my glasses on. Now here we go. Also, my first channel on YouTube is about to hit 100,000 followers, which is I am super excited for that too. And I want to talk about my background a little bit, what's my story and how I did get involved in real estate. So let's start. I came to the United States at the end of 2009 and didn't know any English back then. So I went to language training school for 2 years. Literally, I didn't know anything. I mean, I had some classes back in middle school and high school in English, but that was all. I didn't have any practice in speaking actually. So that was a little hard. I was a little stressed when I was riding the metro. I couldn't understand anything. But anyways, go on. I kept going to school and I got my certificate at the end of 2 years. Then I applied for my master's. After I started my master's, I was going to school and started work at the same time too. So it was pretty busy and hard. Literally for 4 years, I didn't have that much of a time to get a break or relax. It was such a hard times for both financially or psychologically. And from the finance and budgeting part, rent was one of my biggest expenses. So I have decided to cut that on so I can save more. Because I was just making a little over $2,000 in a month and I had too many expenses. But at that time I didn't have enough savings to buy a home or do such a similar thing. So I decided to do subleasing and Airbnb mix. So on, I started renting the place that I was renting. And then I started saving some money and it went like that for years. In the meantime, I always wanted to travel around the United States. So with that budgeting, I started making trips all around the United States. With that subleasing and Airbnb mix, instead of paying $1,500 rent for a month, I decided to really cut back on that and I saved. And then with that saved money, I traveled to 41 states. And again, that busy times that I mentioned for that in 4 years, I overcome all the obstacles on my way, so I moved on. So for me, in the last 13 years, I learned a new language, English. I did my master's in a foreign country without anyone's help. I found the office job, so I was working and I was traveling all around the United States. Then I met with my wife back in 2016. That time I was already traveling all around the United States and we started doing our trips together since then. Then with the pandemic, we decided to buy a house so we can stop paying rent and we could have more space for ourselves. So we bought our house in end of the 2020. By the way, I just got a friend right here. Do you guys see it? Hey! What's going on? She's just right there. With the buying process, I learned a lot, not just buying a house for yourself, but from an investment perspective too. So I was always interested in real estate. And since I was doing sublease and Airbnb mix for years, I have a civil engineering background, I always had an eye on it. So since 2020, I started educating myself in real estate from both investment parts and also working as an agent, knowing all the process step by step. So bottom line, I am in Maryland now, working as an agent for a while. Now I am really looking forward to share all my experience with you as far as I go. Stay tuned for my new videos. I am based on Montgomery County, but I do help people with neighboring counties as well. So once again, subscribe to my channel to follow my journey all around. And by the way, I do walk a lot and I do really like it. So this is my neighborhood. So one of my quick advice for today's market is if you're currently renting and then you're thinking it's not a good time to buy because interest rates are so high, but hear me about this. It was 1.5 years ago, interest rates were low, but people paid way more than what they were supposed to pay because there were many buyers and there were many offers. You had to beat many offers to get your contract accepted, right? And then people paid 30K, 35K more than what's worth. And for buying purposes, the best thing you can do is buy low. If you buy it high, you cannot change that. But if you get an interest rate 7%, you can refinance in that couple years and make your monthly mortgage payment lower. So just an example, for $700,000 house, nowadays you can go and offer $650. Your offer might get accepted because there aren't that many buyers and offers out there. From the rent side, you don't build equity in your home. That's just rent. And then you don't get appreciation or any tax benefits. That's from the buying part. When it comes to the selling, houses were appreciated in the last 2 years dramatically. So $500,000 house becomes $700,000 and it's just starting to cool down since middle of 2022. And people keep saying it's a crash. No, it's not a crash, especially in Montgomery County. And now 20K, 30K drop isn't that much. It's not gonna hurt much. So by saying that, marry the house, date the rate, Divorce the rent if you can. If you have good credit, stable income and employment, and enough savings to go into the process. So altogether, that's a bit of today's market analysis. I will share many more tips and the data while I'm going around the neighborhoods. So that's stuff for today. Follow for real estate tips and videos. Bye now.